Horror Boy Lore Boys here.
Whoa.
Welcome to the show. My name's James Miller, and I am joined with...
It's Peter O'Donohue.
Lataro Gar, it's me, Race Bloodhammer.
Oh, Ethan's getting into this one. Ethan Palmer.
A proud warrior of the Horde, here to discuss my people's tales.
Lataro Gar, my dude. Make your blade never dull.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah.
Top keck, guys.
I'm not sure if Lataro Guard means that specifically, but that's another thing that the guards say.
Okay, yeah.
They also say blood and thunder.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys haven't guessed already,
Lotar.
we are talking about the Warcraft / World of Warcraft universe.
Talking about the World of Warcraft.
Slash Hearthstone universe.
/ Hearthstone, yeah. It all comes from Warcraft, but then they all kind of went a little bit in their own way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm personally very, very excited for World of Warcraft Classic. I have been bugging these boys just so much with all of my things that are in the chat, being like, I just got into a private server, and I'm doing this, I'm leveling this, and I'm having so much fun.
Not leveling a character past 12.
No. For some reason, I won't level a character past 12 because I feel like it's going to taint my actual experience when I get into the game.
Emotionally, you don't want to have to leave them behind.
Yeah.
When you sell the farm on that private server, and you need to leave behind all your barn cats.
Exactly.
You don't want any of them to have like names. So you've got like your hunter barn cat, your paladin barn cat.
Yeah. Well, I was telling them earlier that I've been kind of naming them something to do with their race and then their class. So my undead rogue is named Sneak Corpse, and my
Could have called him Sneaky Bones.
Sneaky Bones would have been a good one. See, you should have played with me.
I think Sneak Corpse is fine.
Sneak Corpse, yeah.
You did a great job. Don't listen to Peter.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry.
Peter's always putting you down.
My Tauren Druid, he is Cow Foliage. So
I like Cow Foliage.
I wanted to go like maybe Mootry instead, but there's plenty of time for that.
Mootry's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Mootry. I like Cow Foliage better, I think.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's just the problem with naming on the server that I'm playing is that you can't capitalize the second word, so it just looks like Cow Foliage in like one go. And I think Mootry would kind of just like stand out better. But anyways, this is not about naming characters.
Anyways, welcome to the naming podcast where we name video game characters for you.
Today, the theme of today will be Arthas Menethil. He is one of the most famous characters in MMORPGs, in RTS games. He's from World of Warcraft.
In the Warcraft world, not specifically the World of Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, right.
At Warcraft 3 specifically. I'm not sure if he's in 1 and 2. I didn't really play those very much.
The World Day Warcraft.
Probably not in the first one, because that movie that no one saw is based on the first game when the orcs show up, from what I understand.
That's the first war.
Yeah, and that's like the Warcraft, the game is that.
I don't think Arthas is in the
He's
first
not
one.
in that at all.
It's the Rin family.
Yeah.
No. And I can actually tell you
Khadgar.
definitively Arthas was 3 years old whenever the first game started.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So probably not in it.
Nope.
Dumb baby can't even hold a sword.
No.
You couldn't hold a sword until like into his early preteens. But before we get all the way to that,
He had like political power, not good power.
Ha, yeah, not good strong arm power.
Not hit you with a rock power.
Yeah. Now that's real power.
That's a president I'd vote for.
that's so
The guy who just hits the other guy with a rock.
But, hey, put me and Jeff Bezos in a room with a rock. Bet you I have more power than him.
I think you must be a horde player, Peter. I think you'd like an orc or something with just the pure power, right?
I played
Smash with rocks.
I played years and years and years ago. Like I played in 2006, I think,
Okay.
at a buddy of mine's place. I played. He may have been on a private server because I played a troll mage for. I didn't even leave that first area. I was still in like the red rock desert, and then I played a dwarf paladin. And I remember
The Barons.
going to like a dam.
No?
Durotan.
Durotan. Oh,
Yeah, I went to a dam at some point with my dwarf.
sure. Well, anyways, a lot of people might not know, I guess, much about World of Warcraft. We all have a little
Like
bit of
me?
experience. Yeah.
I think I went to a dam. I went to a goddamn dam, I think.
I was fighting kobolds.
It was kobolds, or maybe a bird. I don't know. Are there dragons in this game?
Do you guys know when classic World of Warcraft or vanilla World of Warcraft, the first World of Warcraft came out?
2005.
2004.
$1.
2004.
Don't nod to him. I got it right.
Yeah, no, it was like, ha, you were wrong.
Oh yeah.
The most condescending nod.
Yeah, that's the wrong nod. We've all seen it.
So it came out in 2004. It was based off the Warcraft RTS games.
I was
Warcraft
13. Holy shit!
Yeah, Warcraft 3 came out in 2002, so you were 11.
Wow,
We were 11, all of us.
we were all the same age.
Yeah. Holy.
Technically, but really, can't be sure.
No,
I haven't been carbon dated, so.
How much depleted uranium is in my body right now?
I haven't been carbon dated, but I date exclusively carbon-based life forms.
Hey, ladies.
Ladies,
I'm a
chat me.
carbosexual.
Yeah, but none of you silicone-based life forms, okay?
Yeah.
Stay with me, freaks.
You freaks.
Yeah, so to get ready for this episode, in the past week, I've read the Arthas book by Christy Golden. I've played through the Human Undead campaigns in Warcraft 3, and I've played a fair amount of World of Warcraft, so I feel very ready for this episode.
You would explain to me that this book you're talking about is like a wiki, but offline?
Yeah, it's a physical wiki. It's this thing, you can go to stores, and like all these wikis that they have on the internet, someone prints them out and staples them together, and then puts their name on them.
But the thing is...
Friggin' millennials, right?
And one person writes the whole thing. It's not like a crowdsourced, like, if you have a fact, put it in. It's
well,
like,
that's the thing. Like, how can you really trust the information if random people on the internet can't constantly change it?
No, it's wild,
Unreliable.
but I had to try it because it was just the topic we were talking about today. So.
Is that why your hand is in a cast?
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
much reading.
For the listeners at home, his hand is not in a cast.
Practice safe reading, kids.
He is fine. Yeah. Close.
Don't peel back the curtain on us, Peter.
Oh, yeah.
We're having fun in this space, okay? Let him have a cast if he wants a cast.
You're
He's got 2 casts now. He can't even hold his phone anymore. Look at him. Oh, look, he's dropping his phone 'cause he's got 2 casts on.
Jeez, you two are cast-splaining me. I haven't said anything about this. Yeah.
All right,
Let's get on with this cast.
Yeah, okay, exactly.
a podcast.
To get ready for all these great old games, like I said, I read that book by Christy Golden, which basically tells the story of Warcraft 3, but through the eyes of Arthas and through the eyes of Jaina Proudmoore, which we'll talk a little bit about. She's a powerful mage.
A mage.
I feel
A
like
wizard.
we mentioned her back in our Hearthstone episode.
It's very possible.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Nope.
Yeah. So World of Warcraft, if you've never played it,
I recognize the
Rayman
name.
a lot. But...
World of Warcraft, if you've never played it, when you make a character, right off the bat, you have to choose a side. There's an alliance and a horde side. If you haven't somehow seen this in your video gaming culture at some point, this is something that kind of divides you. So if you want to play with your friend, you kind of have to choose a side that they are on, especially in classic mode. I think in some of the more recent games, you might be able to play across alliance and horde. I'm not sure, but
There's like the neutral pandas, aren't there?
no, they're on both sides, but you still have to choose alliance or horde.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think for some dungeons, you can autofill with like a cross faction.
Yeah. I think, so to be clear, I played through every expansion from Wrath of the Lich King up until Legion. I didn't play Battle for Azeroth. I think Ethan's...
Is that even out?
Yeah,
For a
that's
long
been
time,
out for a
yeah.
long
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I capped that
Okay.
And then Ethan's played since Burning Crusade, or since Vanilla.
since vanilla. Well, I started playing vanilla like, I don't know, 4 months before Burning Crusade came out.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe more than that. Maybe like the better part of a year. But I was basically level 58 when Burning Crusade came out.
And that raised the
Oh.
level cap from 60 to what?
70.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Which is frustrating, though. You got all that way. Yeah.
I liked it as a kid.
Keep leveling.
Yeah.
That's it. I was 15 years old in high school playing World of Warcraft. I didn't really.
Gotta do something between masturbating sessions.
That's it.
So today, there
That's
is...
why the long flights were handy.
Yeah.
You fly somewhere, it takes 20 minutes. You're
Yeah.
like, man, I'm good for 3 times.
I'm 15 years old. Get some real work done in here. I could be productive.
So today I said there's like a horde and alliance side. Alliance are like the traditionally good, like humans, gnomes. What else is there?
Dwarfs.
Humans,
dwarves.
gnomes, dwarves, and night elves were the original 4
Yep.
Right.
from vanilla, and the original 4 horde were orcs, trolls, undead, and tauren.
Yeah.
which are like cowboys.
They're minotaurs.
Well, not cowboys, but cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The horde,
Yeah.
and most of the
clarify.
horde came through a portal, kind of like conjunction to the spheres, where like these.
The orcs did. The
Yeah.
undead did not. The tauren did not. I don't know if the trolls did.
The undead were a result of something that came
that-
through the portal.
that we'll talk
the
about at
orcs
some point, I
came
assume.
directly through the portal. Yes.
Yeah.
And the Tauren, I don't really know much about the races because what I really looked into is Arthas.
The story
Who's a
was-
human.
Yeah. So we start on the Alliance side in the kingdom of Lordaeron. And Arthas is the main character. If you haven't seen him before, when he's fully grown, he has long blonde hair, green stormy eyes. He's all, looks like a paladin. He's got armor. And
Yeah.
hair.
You've got the classic WoW, ridiculously huge armor.
Yeah, blue
Yeah.
and gold
Yeah.
plate armor.
Yeah.
Griffins carved into every corner.
Exactly.
Exactly. But let's start from the beginning with him. So, Arthas Menethil, he was son to King Tyrannus Menethil.
Okay.
And both of
sense.
these characters can be seen in Warcraft 3. Arthas is playable, Tyrannus is not.
What's he look like?
Tyrannus looks like an old king. In that game, he has very long hair. He kind of looks really scraggly. It kind of like their cinematics though, like a lot like Diablo 2, were kind of like dark and like a little gritty looking. When I
Okay.
was reading the book, Tyrannus really didn't seem that dark and gritty, but in the cinematic he was, and then he doesn't show up in the game. But he's just a king. He's a father, and that's the role.
Lord Boy's canon. He's a drag queen. So there you go.
All right, cool.
Picture him
Drag king.
as a
Drag King would make it a lady.
a lady dressing up as a man.
Yeah.
Well, he looks like a man in the games, and everyone
Okay.
calls him king. So
There you go.
All right.
Drag king.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just RuPaul. It's like a crown on. Although that's a guy. So
That's a
damn
drag
it.
queen, Peter.
Dang.
Yeah. So like I
Girlfriend
said,
does burlesque.
What?
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yep.
yeah, it's true. And
Oh yeah, we're back. We're
we-
back for our third Pride Month, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Bumble
this-
their way into that segue.
This is the this is the month where you're not allowed to look at the opposite sex in a sexual way, right?
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
got to be into the same sex, and you just got to celebrate fucking dudes for us,
Yeah.
and I'm into that.
That's what I do anyway. So
That was the gay agenda since they've taken over the government or whatever. With the reptiles.
yeah, that's it. That and brunch, I hear,
Yeah.
which we all love.
I'm okay with brunch.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Bacon at 11? Count me in.
Yep.
Mimosas?
Gays.
Come on.
Yeah.
Arthas and King Tyrannus probably also enjoyed brunch, and at this point, Arthas is only 4 years old. This is right when he was 4 years old is the time when the Great War started. So that's Warcraft 1. That's when
Okay.
all the orcs came through the portal, and the Alliance had to fight them. The orcs were coming through in such large numbers that they couldn't stop them. They were literally a horde of orcs, so they got the name the Horde,
Okay.
which started the name for that faction. Or that's
And
my
then
understanding.
they decided to own it, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
And the orcs were so like there's a story of Thrall and all that stuff. Who's like a peaceful orc.
I
like a
have the
peaceful
book in
shaman.
my bag, a Thrall's story.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
I see. I read those ones.
Okay.
I read the stories of Thrall as a kid. But he's basically a peaceful orc. But most of the orcs are bloodthirsty, murdering monsters, rampaging like maniacs bent on who love like killing and the heat of battle and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're like the Mongols. Or the cartoon of the Mongols that we remember,
sure,
basically.
sure,
Okay.
sure.
The orcs, yeah, and they decide who is the leader based on power alone, basically. Like, can you beat me in a fight? I follow you.
That's it.
Could one of these guys beat up Jeff Bezos with a brick?
Yeah.
As we established earlier.
But we almost won't talk about orcs at all today. So orcs were that just to know that Arthas was kind of born into a time of war, one of the first biggest wars. So he saw a lot of loss between the ages of 4 and 9. He saw his father age pretty rapidly because he had to
Exhausted.
defend.
Well, the stress of constant war just wreaks havoc on one's body,
Yeah.
and you know.
The stress of living in a distant palace while people are waging war for you must be so stressful.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, poor guy. Oh boy. Jeff Bezos,
Yeah.
poor guy.
Yep. Around this time, so around when he's 9, Arthas was playing with a boy outside of the castle. By the way, right now I'm kind of going to set up what is important to Arthas, because a lot in his early days, this is where he makes his best friends and everything that's important to him.
Okay.
So Arthas saw the birth of a horse, and it was kind of gross to him, but then whenever he saw the horse like come to life and stand up for the first time, he thought it was amazing and beautiful, and he felt an instant connection to this horse, named it Invincible. It became his steed later in life.
Okay. It's like I saw you when you came out there in just a gooey heap, and when you pushed your tiny cloven hooves out of that sack, I knew that you were the one.
That's right.
Point about horses: regular hooves, not cloven.
What's it really? What's a
there's
cloven
There's
hoof?
a cleft in a cloven hoof.
Oh, that's what that means.
Like the
like
lip.
a goat.
Yeah, a goat or
okay.
deer have cloven hooves.
Okay, never mind.
Horses, regular hooves.
Shows what I know about animals with hooves.
They walk in like minutes.
Yeah. So that the horse is named Invincible. He's too young to ride it at this point, so we'll just put a pin in that. There's a horse he loves very much named Invincible.
Bringing it back, is this like at the beginning of Disney's Hercules when he gets his baby Pegasus as a baby and they
Essentially
kind of
the
grow
same,
up
yeah.
together?
Yeah, it's really similar actually.
Very good.
Except he's not allowed to ride it until he hits a certain age. In the book, there's all this tension of like, should I ride it yet? No, I'm not ready. And he kind of Arthas, it's part of his personality to.
Does he have a crush on this horse? Is that? Oh, okay.
He pushes the envelope. He rides the horse before it's ready at some point, and then he gets in trouble because he gets bucked off and the horse runs away. The horse comes back, but it just shows that his personality is kind of just to press a little too far.
Now, does this horse ever try out for the Philadelphia Eagles?
He should.
He should, right?
Yeah.
Probably very fast.
Named like Invincible, dude. Yeah.
But he ran away. Should have named him Trustworthy.
Well, he ran
Probably
home.
changed his
Actually.
attitude.
He ran home.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay, and then that's that. Invincible exists. At one point after Invincible is born, the bells start ringing and someone is coming into the kingdom. And usually the bells won't ring unless it's something very important.
Is it Paul Revere?
Yeah. The British are coming. The British are coming.
It's Varian Rin. So Varian Rin, if you guys don't know that name,
I said it earlier.
Yeah, you did say it.
Off air.
Off air, exactly.
Oh.
Sorry, listeners at home. That wasn't for you.
That was our conversation.
Yeah.
You can't have that one.
Varian Rin's like just a little bit older than Arthas at this point. So 9 and a little bit older, 10
He's
or
human
11.
as well.
He's human as well.
Okay.
He's coming from a neighboring kingdom, and it's because their place was overthrown by orcs, and the father was assassinated, not by an orc, but by someone who's close to them in the family. So Varian Rin lost his father, I believe his name's Anduin Rin, to assassination. Varian's a young boy. He marches all the way north to stay with Arthas.
I believe, just point of order, I believe Anduin is Varian's son in the future.
Okay, I think they're both named Anduin as well.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Varian Rin, he was close to Arthas' age. They kind of bonded together. It's the first boy that's kind of around his age in town that's not like a farm boy that he's playing with birthing horses. Like it's an actual like
Someone
royalty.
with real power.
It's a highborn person. You
They're
know?
both
somebody with real power who can swing a rock.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're both princes. One of them has a father. One of them's a future king.
Yeah.
Well, they're both future kings, but one of them sooner than later.
Yeah, one of them's gonna be one of those child emperors that gets kind of fucked up.
Varian Rin, though, super honorable dude. He takes it very well that his father's dead. He's obviously mad. He mentions, "I hate the winter," and that's kind of like a theme throughout Arthas' life. That bad things happen in winter.
Okay.
Ooh, cold. Ooh.
Yeah.
Was he?
My boots get all wet.
Was there something ice themed in his assassination?
It's a dagger in the heart.
All right.
Pretty cold.
That's yeah, that's good. If I said that too fast, I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Yeah, so that's that. He gets to know Varian. They spar a little bit, and Arthas realizes that he really doesn't know how to sword fight very well.
Spends too much time with all those filthy peasants birthing horses.
Yeah, exactly.
Know how to birth a horse. Don't know how to defend myself.
Nope.
Yeah. So like,
If we had a bunch of pregnant horses on the battlefield, I could get those foals out and launched at the enemy just
No time flat.
real quick.
They're walking within minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Light them on fire and send them at the enemy.
It might be some good art.
Lighting baby horses on fire? That's terrible.
Loading them into a catapult.
Varian Rin, it's hold on to that he beats Arthas in a sword fight when he's young, because that comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely comes back. So Arthas, at this point now, Varian kind of goes back to his castle, is being like ready to become a king, kind of thing.
He's being groomed.
Exactly.
In the grossest way possible.
That sounds like such a dirty word,
It is a
doesn't
dirty
it?
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it.
I mean, not if I was gonna shave and shower,
Yeah.
but if I was
Ew, grooming myself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Ugh. Put disgusting. Rinse the valuable oils out of my skin. Come on, those are natural. My body produces.
Get all those nutritious lice out of my hair.
Yeah, come on.
Dude,
What am I
yeah.
supposed to
Eat the parasites.
What am I supposed to eat on the road?
Yeah.
I like the hair on my love handles, okay?
Yeah. We all do. Jamie's body is completely hairless except for his love handles.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
They're so thick.
They're like
couldn't pass up
love
brush
handles. Like if you compare it to handles on a bicycle, like you know those little streamers you get off the side of the
Yeah,
bicycle,
yeah, that's it.
they kind of
yes.
fly in the wind.
Yeah, they're
Same thing if I run real quick.
If he's running without a shirt on, he's
Yeah,
got the little
exactly.
tassels, yeah.
He sounds like a motorcycle if you put a playing card in his shoe.
Has he been a bike this whole time?
What the fuck?
Have we been podcasting with a bike this whole time?
That would explain all those comments on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
That's why it says Huffy on his side.
a lot of preteens might put a playing card in their spokes, and Arthas is still a preteen, and he meets his little preteen lover. That they're not lovers yet, but he catches a love interest when Jaina Proudmoore visits his kingdom.
Okay.
Jaina, she has like a blue robe. She has red hair, I believe. She has
Blonde and Hearthstone, that's all I know.
yeah, blonde and Hearthstone. No, it's blonde. You're right. It's definitely blonde. And she has freckles. She's not. She's not tradition.
Not for me. Sorry,
Not a big fan of freckles.
I'm fucking kidding.
Oh, a hideous monster! Freckles on her face.
She's not like traditionally beautiful in the way that like you think of like a model or something, but the words they use in the book is that she looks like she could take a snowball to the face.
You want to take my snowball, baby?
All right.
And they did have multiple snow fights later, like in time when they were most happy. Like
Varian hates the winter.
Arthas would like surprise her with some.
You know, just
snow.
clock her
But Varian has nothing
with
to
a
do with it.
Yeah,
snowball.
but Varian hates the winter, which we've established.
Varian's gone.
Arthas likes the cold.
Arthas doesn't like the cold at this point.
Oh, what is some sort of foreshadowing? He's having fun in the cold. I don't know.
Falls in love with the girl who looks like she take a snowball to the face.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's true.
This guy thrives in frozen environments, I guess we could say.
You might
Yeah.
say that.
Maybe do well with a cold chair or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm starting to think you might have played this game.
But snowball to the face probably means like she's like a tomboy. She plays outside with the boys, play a little
And that's hot.
play a little stickball.
I want my girls to be as much like a man as possible.
Yeah, Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, that is actually a really good thing for him because he doesn't have many friends except for the peasant boys. So when he sees this cute girl that also might be a good playmate, he gets excited because they're like 9 or whatever at this time, right?
Yeah,
So-
he wants to practice kissing, but not with the boys who still have horse blood on their hands.
Yeah.
She's also a playable character in
Warcraft 3.
Warcraft 3, along with Uther, who I should bring up as well. So far, who do we have? We have
Arthas.
We
Uther.
have Uther. Wait, I didn't explain Uther yet though. We have Arthas. We
Varian.
have the horse. We have the horse Invincible.
Yeah.
We have Varian. We have Jaina, the lovely princess.
Yeah.
Or she's just a proud Moor, but
And we have Ogden, the simple farm boy who births horses.
they name him, but
Ogden.
it's in the wiki. It's not that.
Lower Boys Cannon. It's Ogden.
Okay, it's Ogden. All right.
Like the town in Nebraska.
And now we have Uther. So Uther is a paladin. He's like a paladin who is trained so much. He's a level 10 paladin in the first time you see him in Warcraft 3.
Is that big?
Level 10 is max level.
Oh, okay.
So he starts off max level. And he's training basically in the way of the paladin. So he's teaching him to heal. He's teaching him to take the light unto himself. The light is like God.
Yeah.
But the light actually... Well, maybe I shouldn't say it that way. But the light has effects on the world that they live in.
Like paladins are basically
measurable effects.
Are fantasy crusaders basically, so they're always depicted as very Christian looking.
They're holy people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it. And it's a god that you could put a ruler to, and you could say, "I've gotten this much power from this god," because it's really measurable.
I hit level 8. I have Holy Nova now. Or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
At level 3, I get Smite. As a priest, not a paladin.
And then, so we have Uther, who's training him in the paladin ways, and in the fighting ways, we have Muradin Bronzebeard, who's another playable character in Warcraft.
That's a great name.
And can you guess what he is?
Dwarf.
A dwarf.
You guys got it.
Yeah.
And he's got the Scottish accent and
Is
everything.
he Magni's father?
Who?
Do you know Magni Bronzebeard?
Oh,
Anyway.
Probably.
Well, it's not
I'd have
coming
to look
up
that
on
up.
it. Yeah.
I'd have to look that up. They're almost definitely related, but I don't
Two
know.
dwarves with the names Bronzebeard? What are the chances?
Yeah.
Maybe they're cousins.
Yeah, so
Maybe they're
Muradin,
husband and husband.
walks in on Arthas.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Arthas is having like a sword fight with a set like armor that's just on the wall.
Okay, he's not like pissing with Varian in there. Like,
No, Varian's gone. Varian's gone. Yeah, Varian's gone. He's fighting with a sword, like basically armor on the wall, and he has like a training sword. And he goes to take a swing, and he just misses, and the sword goes flying across the room, like clang, clang, clang on the ground.
Lands on the cranky old lady's house next door.
yeah.
Lands on her lawn.
We'll never get the sword back now.
And he's embarrassed, and who is watching him but Muradin Bronzebeard. And Muradin, he's a straight talker. He does no bullshit, and he basically just walks away, and then later comes up to him, and Arthas like, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed." He's like, "You know what? Are you willing to train? I'm going to train you." And then Arthas put everything he had, and he became a good sword fighter eventually. So basically, now we have Muradin trains the sword, Uther trains the light, Jaina, love interest, Varian Rin, friendly rival, Invincible,
Horse.
noble horse.
Okay.
Ogden, boy who bursts horses.
Stable boy.
Yes.
Yeah, stable boy is there.
Hands
Okay.
covered in placenta and blood, baby.
So, yeah, it's more names than I normally go through, so I'm just trying to make sure you guys are all following.
Invincible horse.
Yeah.
Invincible love interest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jaina,
Wait.
noble mount.
Yeah. Invincible tried out for the Philadelphia Eagles and actually made it on a long shot.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There was open tryouts. Had never been done before. It was nuts.
There was a movie with Tom Hanks in it about his life.
Mark Wahlberg.
Really? You think he's a better sports movie guy?
The movie Invincible it's a real movie, and it's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I thought you were talking shit.
No, you guys got the reference.
Nope. I thought you were just being silly. I was like,
There's
yeah.
a movie called Invincible with Mark Wahlberg where he tries out for the Philadelphia Eagles as a regular guy.
Is it called Invincible?
It's based on a true story. It's called Invincible.
Okay.
I gave up my Netflix subscription for a WoW subscription, so
Oh,
I'm not
right,
sure
right,
what you guys are talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
but yeah.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I'm talking about World of Warcraft. It's like you guys aren't listening.
So Muradin the trainer, him and Arthas become quite close over time.
Yeah.
They at one point Arthas beats Muradin and like knocks him down real hard, and he expects Muradin to be mad. Muradin gets up laughing like, "You did it, boy!" and they go get drinks. And
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, it's
So,
like you finally
Hardy
beat the
dwarf.
Yeah, exactly. It's a 2-foot kick to the gut that got him too. He was down, and then he kicks the dwarf 2 feet in the gut, and then springs himself up and goes and like holds the hammer over him, and then it was done.
Yeah, it was great. They went out for drinks. He would later die of kidney failure.
Yeah, that's it.
That had been ruptured with the kick. Like
No, I'm all right. I'm all right.
blood. Like Houdini.
Yeah. So Arthas,
It's weird after that fight with Arthas. He hasn't peed in 3 days.
the kid's like 12 at this point or something.
The
Too.
dwarf's is little.
Yeah.
Dwarf's
You know?
is little.
Actually, when he offers to train him in the book, they mentioned like Arthas like forces himself not to laugh that this little guy was calling him boy, even though he's 12 and taller than him. But that guy could kick his ass.
Does he not have the hand on the forehead?
Yeah, defense.
Yeah. And when he just like swings his arms around impotently in a circle.
Gets at level 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So now he is a paladin, right? And there, at the time that he turns 19, there is a ceremony. And
It's like a bar mitzvah for paladins.
pretty much, except it's like much bigger than that. So there's the
I
Knights
don't
of
know
the
if you've ever seen a bar mitzvah. They're pretty crazy.
Bar mitzvahs are great. I don't know what the prerequisites are to get a bar mitzvah. I think you have to be Jewish and becoming a man.
It's like a 16-year-old Jewish
13.
boy.
13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
so you have to be Jewish and becoming a man.
There you go.
Not all Jews who are men could have a bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Not all paladins who are men could become into the silver hand, is what I'm saying. This is
okay.
a very, this is
Okay.
a small few that get into this kind of thing.
It's like the bar mitzvah of becoming a pope.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah. There's I think between 6 and 8 of these guys.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The bar mitzvah of becoming a cardinal.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't just say it like that. in the first place.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
And now Arthas is going off to have his bar mitzvah of becoming a cardinal of the silver hand.
Yeah.
We all would have got it.
So he wants to take unto the light unto him, and he's not really sure how it's gonna go. He goes up. He's really nervous.
What's the paladin's god? Is there like a
It's
canonical...
the light.
The
Is
light.
the god.
Okay,
in,
okay.
In Warcraft.
Funny,
Yeah.
I was going to say, is there a canonical god? Because that is a biblical term.
There's old gods, but that's another episode.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
another
okay.
episode, yeah.
I-
But the
yeah.
light is the catch-all term for the thing that they worship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the light is the god, but Jamie's there's old gods. There's Yog Saroth.
Yog
and,
Saron,
Yeah.
Cthulhu.
They're like Lovecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know there's dozens of gods.
That's a creation myth that I picked up the first book of that trilogy, and we'll get there, but I'm not there yet. I want to really do it.
Nearly drove me mad.
Yeah. So he's in a paladin. He's at this ceremony. He's going to be inducted into the Silver Hand. Really worried. They tell the incantation to saying or this prayer to say, let the light come into Arthas, and Arthas kneels. And for this really uncomfortable time, 12 seconds of complete silence, they're waiting for the light to come into him.
Come into the light.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. And then finally, late, just very late, it all went into him, and he just was surging with this light. He had a glow all around of him. He could feel this power. He felt renewed. He had strength, and he was accepted in the Silver Hands. So.
It's kind of disappointing. He's really going to reinforce the monarchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought,
Why is it always the king's kid that gets this bullshit powers? Give it to Ogden, damn it!
the stable boy.
Yeah, he performs miracles every day. He brings life into this world.
Yeah.
He's not even a necromancer.
Sweet, innocent life.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's like the opposite of a necromancer.
Yeah.
You know what? It might have been better
A midwife.
if they had Ogden do it, right?
Yeah.
It might have been. But it's hard
Poor
to say.
Ogden.
Poor Ogden.
Yeah, so
Crushed
somehow,
by a foal. Fell right on his head.
you know what? And then Arthas goes out.
Like a horse up on a jack. Like in a garage.
Yeah, you guys are kind of leading into the next thing. So Ogden might have done this better. Arthas takes his horse Invincible out for a ride, goes really hard, and he feels like bonded. Like
Ogden had just given it a tune-up.
Yeah.
Here you go, Arthas. She's all ready for you.
Yeah.
Gonna take her for a spin.
Well, Ogden forgot to put the snow tires on because it was a snowy day, and he takes his favorite leap on the way home, and it's just far enough that they're not close to home, but it's on the way home, and he takes a jump over. The horse slips off of the jump and breaks its front 2 legs,
Oh, jeez.
bleeding out in the snow. Arthas hates winter. He said he likes winter earlier just because he threw a snowball. As the horse is dying, he's like, I hate winter, I can't get home in time, I haven't trained enough in my paladin studies to be able to heal this.
If only I knew. Those like floppy horse legs.
Yeah. It's fun. It is kind of sad. So he has to get up and do the right thing for the horse and put it down, and he thrusts a blade through its heart, and they find him almost the next day curled up next to this horse.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is kind of
open like it's JB's favorite movie, Star Wars.
Yeah. When Luke Skywalker slits open Darth Vader and sleeps inside
Star
of him.
Wars based on the book How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Exactly. Yes, by George Carlin. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I only read the back. I never read the back.
Yeah. So this sucks. This is kind of the first time that Arthas made a big mistake in his life, because he forced the horse to do this, and then whenever they came out to rescue him, they're like, oh, an accident happened, and in the book it kind of writes out like, yeah, an accident, but
Well, there was.
Like pans to Ogden, like slinking away in the back.
Well, he cut the horse's brake
Yeah.
lines.
It was an accident in the way that he didn't expect it to happen, but it wasn't an accident in the way that he pushed the horse to make this jump on a snowy day.
Yeah, well, okay, well, I mean, that's still technically an accident, because he's not just like my beloved horse who I've had for years. I want to ride him to death.
And you're thinking a lot like Arthas right now.
Just a couple constables by the scene, like, wait, there's no skid marks. This was no accident. He rode that horse right over that jump.
No, it's
Like a couple of knights.
Yeah.
Police hats on top of their helmets.
Yeah. One red helmet, one blue helmet.
a horse with just this, like this, the light on its head, and he
Like a
shows up.
Rotating candle.
Yeah.
Candle with shutters. So yeah.
Well, there's your artwork, boys. It's much better than the horse catapult.
Yeah. So like, no, it's not an accident, but he knew that he pushed the horse too hard.
It was a preventable accident.
And that he could have admitted that to the person, but in the book it physically it writes out that he conceals this from people.
Okay.
So it's meant to conceal this.
Involuntary
guilty.
He
manslaughter.
feels guilty, and at that moment he, for better or for worse, decides that he will never let harm come to anything around him ever again.
Did he
no
have
matter the
insurance?
cost.
Oh, well, by any means. We've discussed this before on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No matter the cost. And it's
Human or otherwise.
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yeah.
You lost a horse, buddy.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is a horse too. I
Shouldn't
didn't.
have named it Invincible, gotta say. It's a horse. You knew you were gonna outlive it.
Here lies Invincible. Everybody's just going to laugh when they pass this.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it.
Now he gets a new horse, Invincible 2.
Yeah.
Too Invincible.
So it's actually really important. This horse was
Too fast to Invincible.
I was going to say Too Invincible, Too Furious.
Yeah, there we go.
This horse was like completely white, which was a rare trait for this breed. It was much faster than many other horses, and all of the horses he tries afterwards, it's written that it didn't quite click, kind of thing.
Okay.
That's it. I wouldn't fuck this horse. all the horses to all the horses I've scorned before.
But he never just fucked the horse. He just feels like he needs to specify.
Like, he never fucked Invincible. I'm not saying he fucked Invincible. I would never say that.
No.
But he does specify for every new horse, I wouldn't fuck this horse.
Yeah.
And he never specified that with Invincible.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
he never explains what he doesn't like, so people just started to talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't really click for me. Like, what part of it? It's a horse.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
And then they all look over at Ogden, who just, like, closes the curtains.
Yeah. And I guess kind of bouncing off what you guys said, Arthas had to double down on his training in the light.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is because his horse died, and
The guilt,
he
yeah.
knew he could have prevented it if he did. So
If he had a healing hand spell, whatever the WoW version of that is.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is it healing
Lay on
hands?
hands.
There's
Lay
lay
on
on lay on hands is a full heal
There you go.
with like a minute cooldown though. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
it's in PvP it's not great. It's good, but it's too long of a thing to be able to. Anyways, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind,
PvP,
James.
a lot of horses can trip and die in a minute.
Yeah, it's very good in PvP, but like the minute cooldown is long.
It's long.
It is long.
But then they also have fucking bubble, dude. Paladins
Yeah.
are bullshit. Fucking salty. They have a bubble that just makes them invincible.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, you get like a paladin and like a resto druid on point, and then you just can't kill either
Yeah.
of them, so you're like fucked. You have to
Resto
get
druids too. I'm bad at video games and I'm mad about it.
yeah. Yeah, so he becomes a much more powerful paladin. He becomes a much more powerful swordsman, still fighting. So now he's kind of grown up. He's past 19. He's probably in his early 20s, and he's a formidable warrior. Like he can heal, he can kill, he can do things. Whoa,
He punch.
he punch good.
He's past 19, early 20s. All right, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's it. He's swing rock now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He killed Jeff Bezos.
I don't know his exact age, so I was just kind of like moving up vaguely to
Yeah, that's
hopefully
it.
like catch it.
The paladin's signature weapon, the brick with the rope tied through the middle hole.
Yeah.
He just swings around.
Exactly.
I guess a quick cameo here since I didn't plan on talking about this, but since we talked about
Will
Thor,
Ferrell?
Thrall.
Oh.
No, not Will Thrall.
Thrall
Ferrell, yeah.
Yeah, Thrall
Hey.
Ferrell. There it is. So he goes to an internment camp to go see basically like arena fighting, and Thrall is there as a prisoner, and the prisoner, like the lord over all the prisoners, is there, and he finds out he's like a really shitty guy. He sends one of his servants to go sleep with Arthas, and Arthas is like, the fuck, man, and then he lets the servant just stay there.
Fuck? Sleep with a woman?
Yeah. It's like,
Go to the stables, bro. I gotta cool off.
man, you and I have been literally saying the same thing this entire episode because I was going to bring up the fact that we don't know why none of the horses clicked with him, but if he won't fuck the servant girl,
That's it.
just saying.
Well, like royalty that won't fuck a serf. I mean,
You guys are right. You two are
really.
very in sync about fucking horses. You're right.
yes.
That's the gag for this episode.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This episode.
Yes.
Thrall is seen there to be like crazy good warrior. He fights off anything. I think they throw in a bear at him, and then 3 men at the same time beats them all off. Beats
For
them off. Beats them
Doomhammer.
off.
Beats all them off.
Beats them off.
Beats
Thank-
off a bear. Beats off 3 men. Nothing's slowing
Finished. The
Finished.
crowd went wild.
Yeah.
And
down. Arthas liked the bear.
yeah, Thrall becomes
Yeah.
the war leader of the horde later.
Yeah.
And he
Yes.
ends up escaping. This same girl that is sent in as basically like a whore sent to Arthas. Arthas just like eats dinner with her and like doesn't fuck her and says like, "Hey, that was a really shitty thing."
He
She's
treats her
the-
super nice. He, like,
Yeah.
cuddle-
I never
he's-
fuck on the first time you're forced to see me.
Yeah,
So you've got to be forced to see me 3 times before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before I'll make a move.
she's the same one who frees Thrall, who eventually does become the leader of the horde. So it's all connected there, and it's cool that they kind of just like drop that stuff in.
Yeah.
Okay,
throughout
yeah,
the other books.
yeah.
So Arthas, although he doesn't really see Thrall face to face in his youth, he sees him from a distance there.
Okay.
Um,
Through his golden binoculars on a stick, like all rich people use to observe things.
Exactly.
Excellent. Good.
exactly.
Like Jeff Bezos uses, probably.
Yeah. Well, when he was still alive.
Right. Before he had his head stoved in with a brick on a rope. By a paladin.
Stop. I'm getting hard.
So Jaina and Arthas are growing closer and closer together. He goes off to Dalaran. This is the city of mages. If you've ever played World of Warcraft, you'd probably
In
recognize
the last 4 expansions, it's like the main hub city.
Yeah.
Because Jaina's in charge of the Alliance now, isn't she?
No.
No, never is, never was. as
All
far as
she
I
is,
know.
she's a mage training
Powerful
and Dalaran. Yeah, very powerful mage.
Not even like the most powerful mage, though.
Okay.
Fire is like her thing, and she's training underneath Archmage Antonidas.
Okay.
And he's
She's a real
Aha.
Chandra for the magic people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but yes. Chandra.
Chandra from Magic the Gathering.
Oh,
The fire one.
She's
Okay,
the
I don't know MTG.
fire planeswalker. You should, you should listen to one of our episodes one time, James.
If I remembered everything on these episodes, dude, I wouldn't have room for real life.
Okay. Fair.
But
Everyone listening at home,
That hurts, but all right.
forget your real life. It's all our boys now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I'm bad at remembering. It's me, guys. It's not you.
Yeah, I would never dig on you like that. Come on, girl, you good?
Yeah, so Jaina and him are spending a lot of time together. Jaina's going to royal gatherings with Arthas. Yeah, to Galas, to even King Taranis she has the power to open up a portal wherever she wants, and she can come visit whenever. So she'll go to Lordaeron from Dalaran like that.
Kind of nice, but sometimes you just you don't want her popping in all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a little clingy.
Yeah.
Hey, I told you I was working in the stables.
Yeah.
No, I was checking. I'm worried about my horse's health. Okay. I felt a lump.
We're all out of thermometers.
Yeah. Comes in, he's got one of those vet gloves on that goes all the way up to the shoulder. Oh, Jada. Hey.
A bucket of cold water for to check and see.
Yeah, so he's getting really close with Jaina at this point, and it's to the point where she's almost accepted as the future queen anyways.
Oh, okay.
So they're really close. The people love it. They have this one festival where they burn a wicker man. It's basically Burning Man, but it's for the peasants. The peasants like burning this big giant wicker man, and it's a real honor to light the first fire. And Arthas surprises her in front of his whole kingdom and is like, "Would you like to light the fire?" And then
Does she use magic?
She uses magic, and she does a big trick.
Let's go steal the one piece of joy from the peasants.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's go, darling. Let's take a stroll among the peasants, and I'll let you do their favorite thing.
Yeah. It's always no, they just like watching. Yeah. It's always royalty though. Yeah, they went wild. Arthas's only thing was you know what? Next year you're gonna have to do better now.
Yeah.
So this sucks.
Next year we'll just shoot a firework into its chest.
Yeah.
It just blows it in half.
Yeah, and then there's a cute moment where she's like, "Well, it doesn't matter because I'll be here every year to do it," kind of thing. But we'll see if that happens or not.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say yes.
All right, we'll see who's right.
Optimist, pessimist. Don't like the look Jamie gave me, but
All right, so at this point, we got Murd and Bronzebeard. Just quick recap. He is the training boy. He does the fighting. We got Uther Lightbringer. He's the paladin who taught him the ways of the light.
He's the Jesus boy.
We've got Jaina Pradmore, the love interest.
Yep.
The Snoop. Because she just comes in anytime he just wants to fucking help out with a horse, you know?
be alone with my horses.
Yeah, we got the horse. Definitely got the horse. Invincible. Oh no, Invincible's dead.
Invincible too.
Invincible died, and now he's helping out with other
Invincible
horses.
2 through 7.
Yeah. And now the groundwork has been laid. This is where kind of the story begins for Warcraft 3. So this is all book stuff up to this point. Yeah.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
The start of the game, you're playing as Arthas and Uther. You play as Uther the first.
You play as
chapter?
Arthas and Uther, but the way that you're set up is kind of you're set out onto Uther and Arthas kind of run into something. I'm gonna kind of skip the first mission because it's a tutorial basically.
Yeah.
So the next part is you're with Jaina and you're sent out on a mission from King Taranis, your father, hears of a plague to the north. So he sends you out to go look at this plague.
Can paladins cure plagues?
Not just a plague, but the plague. They can't cure this one. I'll tell you that much.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, at this point, they don't really know how bad it is.
No.
They're just kind of sending him out.
Nobody does.
We'll see what's going on up there.
Pull a scarf over your nose. Try not to breathe too close to
Exactly.
anybody. You'll be fine.
Keep these flowers by your face.
Yeah.
That's it. They go up. Arthas and Jaina. They get some time alone. They have all their men around them, but walking behind, and they're kind of walking ahead. And they get to this town, and they notice none of the villagers are coming out to greet them. That's weird, right?
That's weird. We're
Yeah.
fucking famous. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's it.
What fucking bumfuck town is this?
Exactly.
Jaina, start lighting houses on fire.
Yeah.
That'll get them out of their fucking houses.
Light their statue in the middle of town on fire.
Yeah. So a bunch of undead start coming out of the barn and want to kill them. They smell horrible. They look horrible, but they all look like they used to be farmers.
Is Ogden one of them? Ogden
no,
among
this
them?
is out of town.
Yeah, okay,
Ogden's
thank
back
God.
home.
Thank
Ogden's
God.
back home.
How are the horses?
Yeah.
So they go and they kill all of these things, and they're like, well, what was that? Jaina starts to kind of shed a little light. Those are undead. Undead can happen because of plagues and things like this.
You idiot, Arthas. Those are skeletons.
Yeah.
That's what's inside all of us.
Yeah. What?
You can
Yeah.
kind of see mine here when I smile. My
Are they-
teeth.
Are they even inside horses?
Everything has a skeleton, Arthas.
Yeah.
Once they clear down the last this is like a granary, the place that they're at.
Okay.
The last time they kill the last undead, and one shows himself, and he's actually an old mage that Jaina knows personally because he went rogue.
A lich?
No,
Oh.
not for sure, but he is Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thuzad.
And all we know is he's a
basically.
mage that tampered with shit he shouldn't have tampered with.
Well, considering he's surrounded by the undead and also undead himself, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not undead though. He's still a person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just a necromancer.
Just a necromancer.
It's
Yeah.
always necromancers.
Yeah. He's a
I know a lot
necromancer.
about them.
Stop defiling the sanctity of life, people.
Yeah.
Like we've discussed this. It's becoming the new magic rocks and ancient robots.
Yeah, it's necromancy.
Necromancy.
Yeah.
Or defile the sanctity of life so well that you just kill all life, and then we just have skeleton life.
Right. Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah.
Kel'Thuzad.
Commit.
If you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kel'Thuzad tells Arthas that the plague is in the grain shipments, actually. And that they had already left. So he looks around, he can see that there's no grain left, so they've already been spread. And
I need an APB out on a bunch of grain being pulled by
Yeah.
skeletons.
Yeah.
so Arthas, in holy fury, takes his hammer and bashes the guy's knees, so breaks both his knees.
That's for Invincible.
Yeah, exactly. He falls down.
My horse, you son of a bitch.
Personal vendetta against someone who's never heard of his horse who died when he was 19.
Then after the knees goes down, he just smashes him. And the way that Kel'Thuzad dies is he kind of like broils and bubbles into the ground like this black tar. And he's kind of, and his bones are left behind.
If I know anything after watching Chernobyl, is you got to keep that shit out of the groundwater.
Then Arthur's just like, well, I'm sure that's the last of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Arthur walks away.
Yeah.
Odd that he melted, but okay.
Arthur, aren't you a paladin? Shouldn't you do like a consecration ritual or something?
Yeah.
I broke his knees pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see a skeleton. I trust it.
After slaying a bunch of undead. Like,
Yeah.
but
That one's not moving.
That's it. We bang those ones up till they stop moving. I bang this one up till it stopped moving.
yeah.
What more do you want, Jaina? Jaina, get off my back.
So 2 forewarnings come to Arthas. One from Uther. So he's the wise, patient. He's like lawful good.
It's a cleric,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just says, Arthas, be careful. Do not follow out of blind fury. It's not the paladin's way. But Arthas just really wants to get to Stratholme because Stratholme is where the grain's heading, basically.
Okay.
And so on the way,
Turn into ground zero. Yeah.
on the way, Arthas is also stopped by a prophet. So he comes down, and it's like a raven type bird, and the bird turns into a person.
Cool.
We later learn this is Medivh. So
If
it's
you've seen the Warcraft movie, Medivh is a recurring character.
yeah.
Okay. I still haven't watched it. It's on Netflix. I've been meaning to. Just
I liked it.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Medivh is
Don't
only
expect great things.
the Medivh is only important that he is a powerful mage. Very, very, very powerful mage.
Okay.
And that's all we need to know him for. One of his artifacts comes back later in Arthas's arc, but right now
Is he stronger than Jaina?
Yes.
Definitely.
He's like
Okay.
way.
way stronger. Like,
He's the archmage, so he's like the mage.
Okay. He's
Yeah.
the guy.
the spell boy.
Okay.
yeah,
He's the guy.
very strong.
Okay.
He's very strong. So and then this guy stops and he says, the more you chase to save your people, the more you will destroy them. Basically, like prophet, stop what you're doing, think about it. Arthas like fuck you. And the prophet also went to Archmage Antonidas and King Tyrannus, and they
Okay.
both ignored him as well. 3 people ignored the prophet, and you should listen to the prophet usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Arthas has got him some shipments of grain to destroy.
Yeah,
Indiscriminately.
So post haste, he goes so as fast as he can up to Stratholme, all the way to the north, and he gets there.
Runs into the orphanage, smacks a piece of bread out of an orphan's hand. Don't eat that.
Put that down, you idiot! Just swinging his brick on a rope, like.
Knocking bread out of orphan hands.
He gets there and he's greeted by some guards, and he's kind of all out of breath because he just rushed to get there. Yeah.
Great man.
And the guards are like,
So when he
Oh,
parked
hey.
his horse outside of town, ran to the gates.
and he's like, oh, Prince Arthas, great to see you. We got that grain shipment, and not to worry, everyone will be well fed. All of the bread is baked.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. So Arthas turns to Uther and Jaina, and this is a huge turning point for Arthas as a character. This is what some people think is the transition from a paladin to a death knight.
Oh,
Is
cool.
right here.
Okay.
So the 2 classes, these are 2 classes within World of Warcraft.
Death Knight was the new one introduced in
Wrath of
Wrath
the Lich King.
Okay.
Yes.
An unimportant character
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah.
We're not interested in this Lich King
Yeah.
fellow.
And
Knights.
so Arthas turns around and he says to Uther, lawful good paladin.
How do you
into
feel about killing peasants?
Jaina?
Pretty much.
And he says, we must cull all of Stratholme.
The culling of Stratham.
Wait, what?
The culling of Stratholme.
Why not just take the bread away?
They're already
Some men
eating
have eaten
Fuck.
it.
Like, it's
but
all baked. People are eating
the thing is,
Okay.
not all of them had eaten it. We don't know.
But you don't
But
know.
he
you start
said-
killing people, then you're like, hey, you, did you eat any bread?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
What if you had like one of those scenes where you see him like freaking out with the camera like shifting around really quickly with like close-ups of people biting into toast? He's like,
that's it.
oh,
Somebody sipping on a beer. Yeah.
yeah, sipping on a beer, exactly. A guy dipping toast in beer.
Why are you laughing? You don't do that. I don't know.
Big soggy piece of bread. Like,
Yeah.
ringing the beer out. And you do it down, like,
We ran out of cups.
A guy like sweating in the sun dabs his forehead with a piece of bread. Yeah, Strathmore just uses bread for
a
everything.
bath of oatmeal. Like,
Kid with chicken pox and an oatmeal bath.
Yeah. So Arthas turns to Jaina, to Uther, and says, we must call everyone. Uther says, you must not do this. You are passing a terrible threshold.
Yeah. Why not just have like
Threshold.
a survey where of just like, did you eat bread today? YN, and then like tally the votes or anything.
That sounds very hard to organize before the internet.
Hey
though.
guys, we've got a boiled
while,
bread warning.
while people are turning into monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Because some are turning. Yeah. Not everyone, but some are turning.
Oh.
Like, my thing would be like the Raccoon City strategy.
Nuke it.
Quarantine until, everybody who's out is confirmed safe.
Right.
And then
Nuke.
then do the call.
So, and that's probably something that Uther would have done. Uther says, don't do this. You're passing a terrible threshold. And Jaina says, like, sorry, Arthas, but I can't do this. Arthas says, Jaina, you said you would never deny me. That's the thing she said right before they fucked the first time. And
It's a gross thing to say before you fuck someone.
yeah.
Did she say it to him?
I would never deny you, Arthas.
Call me.
Menethil.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I want to call you Invincible.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Can you put these paper towel rolls onto your hands? What? Nothing.
Tie your hair back. Put these paper towels on.
Yeah.
And only one position. It's only cowgirl.
Could you keep your lips closed but breathe through your mouth?
I would never deny you, Arthas Menethil. Anyways, that's a huge point of contention. Yeah, he was really mad that she denied him because they're supposed to be there for each other no matter what.
Yeah.
You're still not going to tell anyone about the thing, though, right?
No.
A few men joined him, the ones that were loyal to him, and he turns around and he denounces Uther. He says, by the order of the palace, you're no longer a paladin, you're no longer a part of the kingdom, all this stuff. He says this, the king actually reverses it as soon as he gets home kind of thing, but in his moment of anger...
Hey, king, your son's crazy. Oh, fuck, okay.
Yeah. This is
Are you still cool? Yeah, you're cool.
This is an iconic dungeon, an iconic level in in Warcraft.
It was an event introduced in, I want to say Warlords of Draenor, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. It was an old event, so I think
it
it
was
was
brought back, yeah.
It was
That's what I
all
meant.
the way back in like Burning Crusade or something, but the Caverns of Time, I think, is the event that makes you go back. Anyways, this is a huge monumental event in World of Warcraft, and it's when Arthas goes and kills many innocent people of his own kingdom in order to save the people of his kingdom.
What did the guy say when he got back to the king? Just like, hey, your son fired me because I didn't want to slaughter peasants? And the king's just like, oh, that's going to be a problem.
Oh, God. Get my PR guy on the phone.
He kind of had his reasons, right? Like, it was to stop the plague, and he was really worried about it. But, like, there's this graphic scene of him in the book where he's running in on his horse, and there's this kid who looks up to him like, Prince Arthas, and then he caves his chest in with her hammer. Like, it's
brick on a rope, canonically.
fucking brutal. Yeah, sorry, a brick on a roof.
Yeah.
The light noticeably leaves him in this time. Like, his hammer's not glowing.
God's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not touching this one. Sorry.
Tweets out a statement.
Yeah, that's it. I'm God. I've done some fucked up shit, but I'm not touching this one, Arthas.
Yeah.
All you, buddy.
That's kind of where he starts to go crazy. And then they get to...
Kinda.
Yeah. But, like, if you read from Arthas' point of view, there is a city that can infect an entire continent is the lives of the city worth the entire continent?
Greater good.
Yeah.
It's the greater good,
Well,
but
we dropped this earlier. By any
Yeah.
means necessary, never a good thing to do.
No.
And also, no one thinks they're the bad guy is something we've discussed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diamonds are pretty. That doesn't mean people should die for them, Jamie.
No.
Come
that's
on.
why they call them diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yeah, they're actually just called Mons.
Yeah, diamonds.
Yeah. Lore Boys canon.
Yeah.
Get your wife a nice Mond ring.
Diamond is Dutch for die man.
Yes.
Oh. All right.
All right.
Wait.
That's a little geography lesson for you.
Yeah.
Are tortellinis little turtles?
Yes.
Yeah?
How big's a turtle?
Leany sized.
No, the leanie makes it small. It's a modifier.
Oh, right.
I think it's just like a big ass like noodle loaf filled with meat and vegetables would be an actual leanie.
I'd eat it.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Arthas fucks up this whole town. He gets to the end of it. He kills the last person. And like he doesn't even know how long has passed. He says like the undead were easy to kill because they were the true target, but to kill his own people, he started to be happy when they fought back because at least he felt like it.
Self-defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Real LAPD syndrome.
Yeah. Arthas killed everyone in this town. It was a horrible, horrible event. A Dreadlord Mal'Ganis appears. A Dreadlord is... Do you know what a Dreadlord is?
I do. I know who Mal'Ganis is.
Yep.
I'm wondering why he shows up.
He shows up.
Was it the stench of death?
We don't know...
Like he's a fell demon.
Yeah.
Like he's
Oh, okay.
like in Burning Crusade, you fight like Illidan. Like
Yeah.
you know the blind boy
With the two
who
green
becomes the demon hunter who becomes a good guy.
boom.
in Legion.
Yeah, he's got the two green boomerang
But like
swords.
that kind of demon, you know what I mean?
He's a fell hunter, and this is fell demon, and he is like, if you think of a demon, he looks kind of like, I don't think he has the cloven hoofs, but he is like purple all the way down. He's kind of like humanoid shaped,
Quintessential
but
demon.
ugly.
Okay, yeah.
He's got the big horns on him.
He's massive.
He's huge. Yeah, in the game he's kind of similar size to you, but in the books like he's described as being like towering above
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
In the World of Warcraft, he's towering above.
Yeah. And
He's a BC raid boss. A Burning Crusade.
Oh, okay. Okay,
First,
so he's probably
the
one
first
of those.
expansion for World of Warcraft. He's a raid boss. Yeah.
Okay,
he's
yeah.
there like he's
One of
there.
those guys you need to zoom out of your character to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like
You gotta
like
get a
Nixia?
mod to the game to increase the zoom out distance so you can see what the fuck you're doing.
Oh, cool.
Back in the day, that's it. We're talking about.
He's
West
like, Arthas, I've been expecting you kind of thing. It's too late. Things are in motion. And he's like, fuck you. No, it's not. But he doesn't say that 'cause he's a paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was
kills
a
the innocent, but he still doesn't swear.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Jiminy Jillikers, you.
Jimmy Jillikers, he like guts of a Mal'Ganis. It's literally like a child's scalp on his hammer at this point. Like, frick you.
Yeah.
No, but he's really mad. And Mal'Ganis says, well, I'm off to Northrend. So, like, follow me if you will. This is where you should go. And this is, like, it's kind of hard to say if Arthas was corrupted by the demon here or just tempted in the right way, but he's like, I gotta go to Northrend and I have to kill this demon. This demon is the source of the plague. I must end the plague to save the people.
I feel like he was probably susceptible to it from the beginning, considering even God himself hesitated to give him paladin powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He rushed his training with Invincible because he's always too ready to get to the end result when even he's not quite ready for it.
Yeah.
yet.
He's
Yeah.
always jumping the gun.
Exactly. So he's looking for the quick solution. Quick solution is we're gonna get the whole Lord's fleet, the whole fleet. We're gonna head up and we're gonna go kill Mal'Ganis. This is the goal. So they do that. Uther speaks against it. Uther's like, you shouldn't do this, but he's already denounced by him.
Yeah.
Goes all the way up, and he brings all his best men. Big fleet.
And this is the
Huge fleet.
Is this the expansion now? Or like, are we in Frozen Throne?
We are in Warcraft 3, still in the
Base game?
within the first 10 missions. We're still in the
Been
human
a while since I
campaign.
played.
Oh, really?
We're still in the human campaign.
Been a
Cool.
goddamn minute.
Yeah.
I guess Frozen Throne takes place when he finally arrives in Northrend.
Nope.
Or after.
Much after.
Yeah.
Much after. So it's
It's like these games I missed because I wasn't playing video games at that age. It's like I missed all this crazy shit.
Remastered coming out next year.
yeah,
Yeah.
Reforged
Oh, yeah, that's
this
true,
year, 2019.
Oh, I thought it was
There's a chance it comes out before Classic WoW, which would be a good marketing move.
When's Classic WoW coming out?
August 27th,
2019. For the listeners at home, prior
3
to that
months
day.
from now. 3
Yes.
months
Yeah.
from now.
2 months after Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So he goes out to Northrend, and his first encounter, there's gunshots flying his way. Him and his men, and like, what's going on?
Dwarves are Tauren. They use guns.
dwarves.
Oh.
And says, yell ceasefire, and then he hears the Scottish voice yell back like, they're not undead. I don't know, can you do it, Ethan?
They're not undead.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
And who is it?
Bronzebeard.
Merlin Bronzebeard. Hasn't seen him in many years.
The warrior.
And it's his friend, his dearest friend.
Oh, how you been? How's the light treating you?
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Good. Yeah, good.
Can't stay, though.
Northrend, the light doesn't really reach this island, by the way. It's up north. It's like this evil place. Too.
Okay.
So all the men are like, are you sure we should be up here? There's not enough light. And Arthas
The
is
midnight
like,
sun kind of thing.
yeah, Arthas just ignores them and kind of like, where should we move next kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Myrddin and Arthas have a great reunion. They chat. They have this whole thing. They have a night. They drink.
They get wasted. It's good that Meriden got his kidney transplant.
Yeah.
That's it.
He can drink
I can't
again.
drink like I used to, but I'm all right.
He only pees blood once a month now.
Yeah. So you move. A few days pass. They're looking. They find out that they have a mutual goal, sort of, or that they're going to help each other with a goal.
Well, they want to kill the undead.
No. So Myrddin's here to find Frostmourne, an ancient relic, a great sword,
Okay.
a rune blade, and Arthas is there to kill Mal'Ganis.
Okay.
So they say, well,
Win-win.
why don't we work together, right?
Yeah.
We can double our forces. We can get the blade. We can kill Mal'Ganis. And over time,
Way back, pick up a 6-pack, PBR.
Yeah.
yeah.
Put each other in kidneys a couple times.
So you put that on hold, all right? That's the goal. And at this point, Uther had convinced the king to pull back the men. So they get a word. They come back to the camp one day after a hard day looking for swords and demons, and there's no guards. No one's in the camp. So what's going on? Like, where is everyone? Oh, the king called back the fleet.
I forgot to tie up my knights. They all wandered off.
Yeah. So Arthas and Myrddin start speaking, and Arthas like, well, we can't go back. We're here. We need to kill Mal'Ganis to stop the plague. And Myrddin says, well, there's nothing you can do. That would be treason, boy. And Arthas starts thinking, he's like, well, how can I not make my men be convicted of treason, but also keep them here? Well, if they had no way to go home, then they wouldn't be treasonous.
Burn all the ships.
Burn all the ships.
Hey.
They're ahead of
Call
them.
back
though.
to his old girlfriend, his high school girlfriend.
Yeah.
What would my ex do?
Yeah, Jaina had nothing to do with the burning of the ships.
Oh, okay.
But what he does is he hires a bunch of local mercenaries. So all these like ragtag
Thugs and sell swords.
orcs and
Guys with cheek
gnomes
scars, and they're very scary.
Yeah.
That one white eye.
Boot knives and
And they take the
Yeah.
they take the forest path. They get ahead of the men, burn all the ships, and then Arthas says,
gotta
My
kill
man.
the brigands.
"The mercenaries, they burned the ships.
Kill them.
Get
Kill
'em.
them." So he hires them and then turns and kills them. Myrddin knows of this.
He's really kind of jumped the shark at this point.
Yeah.
Well, he forgot his wallet, and that was the solution.
Yeah. No, he's at all costs kind of thing, right? He's ready
all
to.
right.
He's
Yeah.
ready to. Yeah. So another bad thing.
I would hire and kill anyone to stop the undead.
Yeah.
So he jumps his horse off, kills the horse because of going too fast. Kind of an accident, not his fault. Culls Stratholm. It's not a good thing that he did, but you can kind of see where he's coming from. Now they're trying to pull back, and he's burning his own men's ships. Like, it's starting to get more and more off
yeah,
the
the
rail.
reasoning's not quite there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the men are all stuck there. They just kind of agree with this. Myrddin is really wary around Arthas at this point. He says, like, you're not the friend that I raised, that trained. Like, you're not your
You're not the
father's
boy
son."
who kicked me in the stomach that one
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Maybe puke blood.
Yeah.
You've changed.
So one day, and this is a mission within Warcraft, the human campaign still. I think it's like the 8th out of 10th mission or something like that. You're overthrown by Mal'Ganis is just throwing forces at your gates.
Okay.
And you as Arthas and Myrddin sneak away because you have a lead on where Frostmourne is. So you're going to have to fight Mal'Ganis, but you can't win. So you need to get the rune blade in order to beat Mal'Ganis kind of thing. You're pulling the atom bomb out of your basement as like a Hail Mary kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And so they go into they have to beat a spirit again.
But in this metaphor, of course, Arthas did his own Pearl Harbor by burning all his ships.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
In this metaphor, Arthas is the United States and Japan?
Yeah,
there you
know.
go.
And Mal'Ganis is Germany?
I was thinking more, I think the more that the atom bomb, like if we were truly to go with war with it, it would destroy ourselves.
Okay.
That's where I was
Okay.
coming from. Yeah. But yeah, sure, put the countries in there. Yeah. They finally get the sword. They're about to pick up the sword. The sword is a beautiful blue sword with runes all down the blade, and it's encased in this ice, but not ice, and it looks like a fragment from a larger piece.
Okay.
And the sword's in
Tip
there.
of the iceberg.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
There's an engraving underneath, and Murden being he's very good at reading these type of things. They're good at looking
He's
for
a dwarf.
artifacts.
Dwarves
Yeah.
read runes, right?
Yeah. He says, Arthas, don't take that. Don't take that. There's no matter what this can do. Let's just find a way home. Let's go home. This is not worth it.
We've got guns. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Arthas says no, I need to protect my people at any cost. And he pulls it from the iceberg, and it shatters. A big piece goes right through Murden's gut.
The ice shatters.
Yeah, the ice
Oh,
shatters.
it
The ice
pierces
shatters.
his new kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right? His new
Your
kidney.
kidney.
You got the good one. And yeah, Murden passes away as payment for pulling the sword. The engravement basically says you pay for your soul for ultimate power.
Oh, it's 1 for 1, basically.
Yeah, but not quite 1 for 1 because he pays with his own soul. Arthas' soul goes within Frostmourne as soon as he picks it.
Oh, okay. I thought...
But also
yeah.
the life of a friend. The theme is kind of, as you pick Frostmourne, you have to give up everything you've ever loved in order to keep gaining more and more power.
Okay. Horse, Jaina, both his friends, the light.
Yes.
Um,
But he still has all these things. Still has
that's
all
about
these
it, eh?
things.
He's still got the men that he betrayed.
He still has the men he betrayed. All he's lost so far is Murden. Murden, Bronzebeard, his trainer.
Small
that's
cost.
all he's
all
lost.
things considered.
Yeah, because he's a dwarf.
Yep. So he thinks, you know what? Now
Small cost.
Yeah.
Short cost, if you will.
That's kind of that's like a discount sacrifice.
Yeah. 2 sacrifices for the price of 1.
So now, as soon as he picks it up, he starts to hear whisperings. He starts to hear voices.
Bad sign.
But also, he feels like this blade is an extension of himself. He had dreamt about the blade on the way to Northrend. He feels like it was made for him.
Okay.
And
That's a good sign.
the voices that he's hearing, can you guess who the voice is?
Mal'Ganis?
Nope.
Oh, is it the wizard who melted?
Kel'Thuzad?
Nope.
No.
The Lich King.
Oh.
Yeah. You guys thought something else, I know, right? The
I thought
Lich
it was-
King is its own thing.
I thought I thought Arthas was the Lich King.
Yeah, no, Arthas is not the Lich King. He is a servant of the Lich King,
Oh,
or
okay.
becomes one as soon as he picks his sword.
Because I thought it was going to be that guy who melted away that they didn't do anything about. The wizard that melted into that barn. Or
Hey,
whatever.
becomes another
Kel'Thuzad.
Kel'Thuzad, yeah.
He runs next Rams.
Kel'Thuzad, it's not the end of his story, Kel'Thuzad.
No.
But,
Perhaps a story for another time.
exactly. We're getting close to the end. I kind of just wanted to, I guess, tie it up with one big thing. So, Arthas takes the sword, and with this newfound power, he just hacks through everything. This is in the game when you start to become... No, you're still Arthas at this point. Death Knight comes a couple missions later, but you're still a paladin with the sword, and you just wreak havoc with it. You kill Mal'Ganis.
Oh.
Kill Mal'Ganis the Dreadlord. So one of these demons from another world, you slice him down, and there's this final standoff mode where Mal'Ganis is there, you're there, and Mal'Ganis says oh, now you hear the voices and everything. It's what do you hear? He said, I hear that my revenge will be granted. Slices down Mal'Ganis, and Mal'Ganis is what? No.
I never saw this coming.
Yeah. What's next? I guess we can finish it off on the very next point. Arthas sails home. He's super happy because now, hey, I beat the thing that caused the plague. We're good. We're good, right?
Did he ever prove that he was causing the plague? That Mal'Ganis was causing the plague?
We get more information on it later.
Okay.
As the story progresses, but right now he thinks he has.
Okay.
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, he hasn't stopped. He didn't stop the plague. He thinks he
Doesn't sound like he stopped.
He did nothing.
Well, with the complete lack of testing and the wanton disregard for life.
Yeah. He has a dream with this sword, by the way, before he actually gets the sword.
Does he tuck it in?
Where he tucks it into his dead horse Invincible, into its heart, in the same scene where his horse was dying, and instead of killing the horse, it brought it back to life.
Cool.
And he had this dream, this foresight, before actually picking up the sword. And now he thinks that there's basically powers to bring things back to life with this sword, and he wants to
Maybe
go...
he's not wrong.
Nope, not wrong at all. So what he does is he sails home with all his men, a victor, a brand new sword.
Where do you get the boats?
Yeah, they don't mention.
Actually, our boats are back.
He only burned. Yeah, he brought the boats back from the dead.
The first thing he brought back to life is the boats. Yeah.
And he goes all the way home. The bells are ringing. It's this huge, momentous ceremony. And he has his hood up, and he walks all the way up.
Oh, he's goth now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see his face. And he walks all the way up to the throne room. And his father, with open arms, says, like, welcome home, son.
Open arms, so defenseless.
You defeated...
All of his vital organs
Just perfectly arrayed.
with his arms out of the way of him.
You defeated, like, the plague. Congratulations, son. We thought you were wrong, kind of thing, but you must have been
We thought
right.
you were an idiot.
Yeah. We thought you
and
were
a
crazy
traitor.
when you killed all those civilians.
Yeah.
Arthas pulls back his hood, and
He has
his
a
hair...
forehead tattoo now.
His hair is no longer blonde, it's gray. His eyes are now like this deep blue when they used to be the stormy green, and he's completely pale, and he just lunges for his father and kills his own father, taking the throne for himself, and kills everybody in the town, basically, turning most of them into undead.
Thralls.
And
Not thrall, but...
And the
Thralls.
scourge is basically what this is. So every time he kills something, he has the option to turn it to undead. So as his army marches, he can kill things.
It grows
And
as
it
it
grows exponentially.
So the sword can raise the dead that it kills.
That's right. And then also, I guess, I don't know the mechanics of it, but maybe an undead, like a zombie, if it bites you, you can turn into. But the problem is, this army's going to grow as
If a
fast
zombie
as it
swings a
kills.
brick at your head,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, the choice to bring you back to life.
He kills his sister as well. Kills his father and his sister.
He had a sister this whole time?
Yeah, I didn't mention her. She has another story, but like her arc, I guess, wasn't imperative for this
Yeah,
one.
less connected to the mass murder of civilians.
Hers is like her arc is she's getting forced married to another guy because women were used as tokens back then, and
Right, it's medieval times.
and
Yeah,
she-
yeah, back then, in the
Yeah.
12th century, AD.
and he was really mad. Like she was really mad, and then he's like, "Well, you know what? What's worse, to have it chosen for you, or have to choose for the better of the land? Because I'm the king, future king. I have to choose a good."
Fuck off, Arthas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to choose a suitable bride,
Yeah.
whereas this other man managed to choose you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I have
he's
it
like,
much
the pressure's
Boy, lucky him. I would
pressure's
choose
on.
you if I could.
Pressure's off. Just live in your shackles. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
What are you complaining about, sis?
Start a
Uh,
book club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you fucking want to do, I don't care.
or something?
Yeah.
So that's the beginning of Arthas. He started off as a pretty innocent young boy. He was loved by his whole kingdom. He loved his kingdom as well. And the fact that he kept pushing the envelope and wanted to do the better for his people and taking the easy option each time, or the path of least resistance, if you can call killing an entire
He's
city
really
that.
it's just Occam's razor basically. It's just
yeah.
like the most direct approach
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's just like, well, got to kill all these infected kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at this point, he's killed his whole family, and he's become a real problem for himself and the world around him. His next goal, from the whispering of the Lich King, is to resurrect Kel'Thuzad, and that's what we'll pick up tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next week.
Yeah.
Is how he goes about resurrecting Kel'Thuzad and fulfilling the Lich King, which is Nezregul, is the name of the Lich King.
Thankfully, Kel'Thuzad's going to be easy to find because he's in that puddle in that barn where they
yeah,
left
that's
him.
it,
Yeah, no,
I
sorry.
know where I left him.
Nerzul.
Nerzul
is the Lich
King?
Nehr''Zul.
Okay.
And that's Nerzul is the Lich King, whispering, and the time is to resurrect Kel'Thuzad. And there's way more cool, interesting story points we've gotten from the innocent to the definitely guilty at this point. And we can follow that next
let's
week.
do it.
guys.
See what happens
I'm
next
into
week.
it.
Yeah.
I'm
How
into
many
it.
horses will the Lich King fuck?
Hopefully at least one.
Yeah.
Well, he has the power to raise the dead, and he has a horse he loves very, very much. And it's also a less than 1% drop rate on the Ice Crown Citadel Lich King run. So Invincible will probably come back, but we'll
That's
see.
Whoa.
yeah. How many runs did Arthas have to do?
Yeah. Dude, less than 1%, that's brutal.
Was it worth it, Arthas?
Oh, man.
All this time
Yeah.
grinding,
Yeah, that's it.
says me relapsing into Warframe.
Anyways, yeah, I'm really into World of Warcraft right now, guys. So if you have anything that you want to talk about, you can add me on James the Miller on Facebook. Yes, I do still give it out. You guys asked last week.
Yeah.
Good.
So I did make it to the end of last episode. I wasn't sure if I did.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And
Remember that? You don't remember anything about our other episodes.
J-
Magic the
J.A.
Gathering. Who's Chandra?
She's the fire mage woman.
is.
She's the red Sid.
Fire.
Planes.
The blue guy got bullied a lot. I remember that.
Jace, yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big nerd.
See, I remember stuff. Don't
And
worry.
Magic Duels Origins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to find me on PSN, thank you so much, James from Twitter. You've the first one to add me from the podcast on
boy.
PSN. We'll play some Apex or play whatever you got.
And Diamond Gunslinger added me on Twitter.
Oh, Diamond added me as well.
Yeah,
actually.
cool.
JAYMILLK64. And where can I find you?
At Pete O'Donohue on Twitter. At Loreboys Podcast on Instagram. Picture Boy. There's a new picture up right now if you want to see it. It's Manchun. Check it out.
Nice.
At Ethan the Deadman on Twitter. Tweet me pictures of horses' butts.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Or do. I'm
And,
saying, Jamie. I'm
do
just
it.
saying. Or
You
do.
do it. You
Okay.
do it.
Jesus.
Links to everything on theloreboys.com.
Loreboys.com, yeah.
And of course, there's always Cash Money. God, now that Jeff Bezos is gone, we got to have a new.
We made a Patreon, guys, but I didn't sign us up as creators yet. It's signed up to our email. We just have to make it so people can give us money.
Good God. Okay.
Okay. Well, Jamie, take us away. What are we getting this week?
Oh, shit.
Loreboys Premium.
This week, you'll
Now the
get to
Lord Boys Premium's a
decide
real thing, damn
what is in our Patreon and how much each bracket costs.
Yeah, you just get to decide.
Yeah.
You get to choose that for us. Yeah, that's value. Give us $1,000 and you get to decide every other tier.
Yeah, what it was a $1,000 tier. Restructure the show at your whim.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
For $5, one of the lore boys will walk to your house, no matter where you live.
For $10, one of the Loreboys will suck your horse's dick.
All right.
Not it.
Not it.
Yes. And that constitutes our Loreboys.
Boys.
Nay, no.